It's just never fallen the right way for us. There's a lot to like about him. He's a big kid. He's tough. He's very smart. He's a great teammate, great leader. He's got plenty of arm talent, great touch. He's a quick processor. And he's played very well there. Love his story of perseverance. The guy's a fighter. He's a competitor. And once again, a great team player. He's had a lot of players there at Florida. He's thrown the ball around too, and he's had a lot of success. And we have a lot of great players here too. So looking forward to having him in the building and in time developing him. And like I said in the previous press conference, this is a great place for a quarterback to come and to be groomed. And you're playing with the GOAT, and you've got some great coaching, great coaching staff.
Thanks, Jason.
We'll go over to Rick Stroud.
Jason, his story is unique, being a backup even in high school and then at Florida and then eventually getting his chance and just crushing it. So is that the fact that he's taken this path, does that give you confidence that he'll do the same here?
Absolutely. And when you meet him and you talk with him and spend time with him like we have, it just really comes out, his personality. Of course, he's competitive. He wants to play, but he also is very realistic, and he knows that he's not ready-made, and he thinks that this is, at least from our conversation, this is a perfect opportunity for him to sit as long as he has to sit. We'll see.
Thanks.
We'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Jason, some of Kyle's critics have pointed to possible lack of arm strength. I know the lack of mobility has been discussed. There's also been concerns about, his ability or inability to make plays when he has to go off script. What would you say to all that? Is that truly accurate? What are your observations of his style of play?
We took him. We like him. We liked what we saw. There's going to be critiques about every player that we take, and you like to point those out. But we liked what we saw. Like I said, I think he's a quick processor, and he's had a lot of success there. And just love his demeanor, and he's got what it takes above the neck, in our opinion, to thrive at that position and to get better and better. And that's what we're going to do. Just try to get him better and better every day with this group of quarterbacks that we have that we like. It's not.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't like to point those out. I just, it's my job as well as others to, merely, ask about the strengths and weaknesses. And I think that the strengths have already been discussed. But moving on to Robert Hainsey, where do you see his true position? Because I know that he can play tackle, but he's also kicked inside and played some guard too.
Yeah, we see him as a real versatile guy. So we'll see how it goes when we get him in here. He played right tackle, 3-year starter at Notre Dame, and really held his own and was a very consistent player there. And it's not that we don't think he can't play right tackle. But we do think that he's got a big upside at guard or center, which he also played at the Senior Bowl and kind of caught our attention. Just the versatility aspect. So he's a captain. He's a tough guy. He's very smart. He's got all the traits that our current group have. I think he's going to fit in great. He's going to be a guy that hopefully we can plug in at several positions, be a 4-spot guy possibly. So at some point. So like all of our picks, these guys don't have to go in right away and play, and we're not relying on them. So we have the luxury of developing these guys into their future roles, whether it's a 6th offensive lineman, a starting guard, a starting right tackle, whatever it is.
Thank you.
We'll go over to Mark Cook.
Hey, Jason, when you look at Kyle Trask and you go back to when Tom Brady came out, fairly unheralded question marks, obviously about athleticism and arm strength like that. Do you see some comparisons? I mean, obviously, I'm not saying he's going to be the next Tom Brady by any stretch, but do you see what I'm saying? Is there some comparisons going back to the Brady coming out to what you see with Kyle Trask?
Well, yeah, the fact that he had to wait his turn, and when his opportunity came, he grabbed it and went with it and had a lot of success with it. I know what you're saying. I'm not going to compare him to Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, right now. But I do think that there are some similarities in terms of their competitiveness, is just the way, like what we talked about, the perseverance that he had, and that he's been able to thrive after getting the opportunity.
And with Hainsey, real quick, you kind of touched on it with Jenna, but was it the Senior Bowl and that versatility that you saw there? He had a really good Senior Bowl week from all indications. Is that where he kind of jumped out on the radar for you guys and really kind of just jumped up on your draft board at that point?
It certainly helped. We liked we liked his Notre Dame tape, liked him at right tackle, but the fact that he went in there against the best and held his own and played very well, actually, at both positions, guard and center and tackle. He moved all up and down the line throughout the week, really helped. So it was very helpful for us to see him there, just like it was several years ago when we drafted Alley, to see him at the Senior Bowl and the week that he had.
Okay, thank you.
We have time for a few more. We're going to go to Joey Knight.
Jason, about Hainsey, what jumped out at you when you watched his tape, just from a physicality standpoint?
He's got really strong hands. He's a very instinctive player. He plays with tremendous effort. He's a good athlete. He does a great job in getting to the second level. And then, like I said, at the Senior Bowl, just putting him in there at guard and center, and it's as if he'd been playing that position for a long time. He's just a natural in terms of his instincts.
We'll go over to Greg Allman.
Hey, Jason, back to Trask, if I can. I know it can be a delicate thing, even when you have a quarterback at a certain age, to draft another quarterback. I just want to ask you how much you guys kept Brady in the loop on this, and how smooth you think that aspect of it will go.
Oh, I think it'll go very smooth. Tom's the ultimate team guy, and I don't think Tom is worried about anybody taking his job. We had some casual conversations throughout the last few weeks that, if a scenario might come up where, we could take a quarterback, and I don't have many conversations with Tom about the draft, but I mean, he was totally fine. He understands he wants what's best for the team. So Tom's going to play as long as Tom wants to play. He's earned that right. So.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all for tonight. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, guys.
We're going to have our first question come